I needed a new skateboard, so I decided to build me a longboard. How difficult could it be? I went to this cool skateboarding store. The clerk didn't notice it was a DIY project. Mine was lighter and $50 less. This is how I did it. First, I designed it using this free 3D software. I downloaded the parts and guess which wheels I chose. Basically, this is all you will need. I cut all the threaded rods I needed and polished them using a thread. These threaded rods are 5/16 by 12 inches. Then I added sandpaper to the board. I normally cut the sandpaper down to about 1 centimeter, so when I press the sandpaper against the board, this makes it easy to cut. After you've done this, simply peel off the rest. Now you'll need to mark using your 6-degree wedge riser to mark where you will drill to affix the inox Allen bolts 1/4 inch by 1.5 inches. Make sure it's on the middle end of your board. Carefully drill the 4 holes to make sure they are well made and to clean the sawdust left behind. I made a special part on my 3D printer so I could make the following cap with a perfectly centered hole. If you wish to access the design for this specific piece, leave a comment and I'll share it with you. The 1-inch cap should look like this. For this step you'll need 1/2 inch by 1 inches galvanized steel nipples, 6-degree wedge risers, steel brackets, 1/4 inch by 1.5 inches inox Allen bolts, 3/8 inox flat washers, skateboard rubber bushings. Now let's build the skateboard truck for the wheels. Grab the drill 1-inch cap, introduce an Allen bolt, 5/16 inches nuts. Grab the drilled 1-inch cap, introduce an Allen bolt 3/8 by 1 3/4 inches through the hole, and then an inox flat washer 3/8 by 3/8 with a skateboard rubber bushing. You'll do this 4 times. Then grab your steel brackets, affix the parts you've built before, and make sure that the bracket is facing down. You'll add another bushing, then a flat washer, and finally close it with a nut. You'll do this step twice. I recommend that you leave all the parts close by so you won't get confused. We will grab the 3-way and 2 nipples, and 2 nipples to each 3-way. You'll then fix 2 of the parts you built before, but this section is tricky. Don't tighten it yet. Leave the cap a bit loose. Then you will add this part to the cap added to the bracket. You'll patiently tighten both caps at the same time. Please pay close attention to the video, then tighten the nuts. This is what both of these parts should look like. Now, take 4 1.5 by 3 inch galvanized steel nipples and affix them to the sides on the 3-way. And at the end of this is the drill cap. Then introduce the threaded rod 5/16 by 12 inches. Make sure it's even on both sides, and then tighten the 5/16 nuts. Now let's work on the wheels. Pop in the 608cc bearings, then the bearing spacers followed by the 5/16 nuts. Make sure to press them so they are steady. You can use the threaded rod to place them perfectly in the middle. Once the 4 wheels are ready, affix them to the truck. Finally, affix the riser and truck to the wooden board and tighten the truck nuts. Your longboard should be just as flexible as mine. At last but not least, tighten the kingpin. This is what your longboard should look like. How do you feel about this project? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it will roll smoothly? Let's try it. It's very flexible, so you will be able to guide it easily. The tires are pretty smooth. I love the speed I can pick up. Mission accomplished. If you wish the design of the 3D parts that help us drill the holes into the caps, leave a comment and I'll share it with you. Find the free 3D design to this longboard here.